guys, Mike Garrison with liverc.com here for another product review from the hot, steamy, sweltering garage. Well, you may remember about 5 years ago, we did a product review on the Raceform RC car stands. Well, 5 years later, our good friend Terrence Lowe at Raceform RC has sent us their newest version of their car stands. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the new Bling Series colorway laser car stands. So what's different, you ask? Well, they put about 1.5 years of R&D in production into this just to make this car stand exactly what it is, and it is awesome, I gotta tell you. So the new car stands, they come in 3 different classes. This is gonna be our 10 scale off-road car stand. This is our 10 scale and 12 scale on-road car stand. And then we got the big dog. This is 10 scale. This is our 8 scale off-road car stand. So as you can see, all 3 of these stands, all the same color. They got the bling effect going. Their older car stands that they came out with about 5 years ago came in a bunch of different colorways. The issue with that was, although it was kind of cool, you could get different colors and things, it was extremely difficult for dealers and hobby shops to have inventory to know exactly what color everybody wanted. So they ditched all the different color options. They went with this bling option, which in my opinion is way cooler anyway. I don't think the camera does this thing justice on how blingy it actually is. But they did away with all that to help kind of clear up the inventory and keep in stock and keep up with orders and things like that, which I think is a fantastic idea, to be quite honest. The other thing they did, as you can see on the sides, you can set this baby up on the side. You got shock rebuild stands. The 10 scale off-road and the 8 scale off-road both have the shock rebuild stands built into the sides. Obviously, this one's a little bit short for the 10 scale on-road and 12 scale, so this just has regular bling bling sides on it. The other thing is these sides are detachable. So when you get this in the mail, it comes just like this in a baggie. 2 sides, a top, and 6 screws. 6 screws is all it takes to put this bad boy together on all 3 of them, which the advantage to the detachable sides is a lot of times car stands like this is a solid car stand. I mean, it's tough. It's not gonna snap or break or anything like that on you. But the problem is, you can't fit it in your bag, takes up a ton of room, but with these detachable sides, you can pop these off, lay it flat in your bag, and you're good to go, which I think is a fantastic feature that they added into these new car stands as well. Not to mention on top, this is one of my favorite parts. One of the most irritating things with car stands is when you set your car on it, you're trying to work, and the car's just sliding all over the place, and you just want to throw the stand across the room. Well, these foam pieces on top, I have tried and tried to pick at these and get them to come off, and they won't come off. So A, they're not gonna fall off. B, they're not just little dots or thin lines or anything like that. I mean, these are big, solid pieces of foam there to keep your car in place. So they work fantastic. On the flip side, the bottom edge has these foam runners as well, so it doesn't tear up your pit board as well, and it doesn't slide around on your pit board or on your pit mat. The other thing they did was they used these high quality button head screws to hold the sides on, which is nice as well. Rather than doing something like a countersunk screw or something like that, they use these button heads, which is gonna keep things from getting tore up and scratched up, like your pit board if you're moving it around, or if you're sitting on its side and things like that. So that's a nice touch as well. Basically, all 3 of these stands are now available on raceformrc.com or distributors and hobby shops around the world. They start out at $37.90 and work their way up from there. Do I think these car stands are worth it? My honest opinion is I think that these are hands down some of the coolest looking car stands on the market today. Would I pay $37.90 for this car stand, or I believe it's $39 for the 8 scale car stand? Absolutely. Not only is it very a functional car stand, I don't travel a lot, but I do travel here and there. And even when I'm traveling just to my local track, I don't have a ton of room in my bag. I've got a lot of stuff, a lot of junk. I need to save room for that junk. And the last thing I want to take up room is car stands. So the 6 screws make it super easy to take this thing apart, throw it in there flat, throw it in a bag, whatever you want to do, and haul it off to the track. So I love the functionality of it. I love that you got a built-in shock stand, and I love the bling. The bling, the bling, the bling. I'm telling you, the camera doesn't matter which way I turn this thing, it doesn't do it justice as to how blingy this thing is. So overall, I gotta say, this is a 5 out of 5 for me. These are awesome, awesome car stands. So a big thanks to Terrence Lowe for sending these to us to let us get our hands on them and try them out. I was able to actually try them out, set the cars on them, make sure everything fits right, doesn't touch the ground, all that. The 10 scale off-road works fantastic. 8 scale off-road works fantastic. 10 scale and 12 scale on-road. I am by chance the world's worst on-road RC car racer. So therefore, I did not have a 10-scale touring car or a 12-scale pan car to actually try the fitment on this. I'm going to take a pretty good guess and say, but judging off of the 10 scale and the 8 scale off-road stands, this one fits just as good and works just as well. But I did not get a chance to actually try this with those vehicles. But the 10 scale off-road and the 8 scale off-road, fantastic. So once again, I think these are killer stands. Make sure you check them out, www.raceformrc.com, or local hobby shops and distributors around the world. Again, for me, it's a 5 out of 5. Great job, Raceform. Stay tuned for another live RC product review coming soon.